I really want to talk about liminal space. Liminal space, for those of you who are not aware, is the in-between space where your internal state is completely different from your external state. So it is, your internal state feels like you're a new person already, almost as if the manifested version of the life that you want, the person you want to become, you can feel her, like she's embodied, she's there, he's there, or whatever pronoun you want to use. But the outside world is not reflected. So you are in this state where the world feels unnatural. It feels like it hasn't caught up, and you actively really notice that the outside world is bound to change. And you're just in a waiting room. You're in a waiting room. You're sitting down in a waiting room. You can imagine an empty, for some reason I'm picturing an airport, and you don't have a lot of bags. You're ready for this new life. You're ready for this trip. You have your bags ready. You're in there patiently waiting. But who are you waiting for is the real question, right? Who decides that liminal space? Who decides when the outside can change? And I've been asking myself a lot. I've been looking outside, asking what needs to be shifted so it can arrive, so I can go, because this no longer feels right. I've realized that there are two states in liminal spaces. There is one state where you feel very much so at peace, and then there's the other state where you feel disgustingly uncomfortable. So you can have a tendency of oscillating between these two states. Feels wonderful when, listen to me very clearly, it feels wonderful when you are not bothered by what's facing you, the outside, the reality, because the inside feels way too good and you're on the precipice of something. Actually, it doesn't even feel like waiting, and that's why it feels so good. It feels like you're already there. It has clicked, you're there. And then there are times when it gets disgustingly uncomfortable because you are looking at your outside. You are looking at the bank account that doesn't match up. You are looking maybe even perhaps at health, your house, the trips you want to take that you haven't taken, and can feel like someone is controlling something. It can almost feel like, hey, I did my end of the bargain. How about you? Where is your part? I've done the work. Where is your part? This is what I've learned about liminal space. The contract that you have with the outside world as evidence has to end. Otherwise, if you keep comparing the outside world with the evidence that you feel within, number one, this period of you waiting inside of an airport will really last for a really long time. And guess what tends to happen when you're in that state? You give up. You realize this uncomfortable feeling, actually, I don't think it's worth it. Maybe let me just go back to complacency. Maybe the way that I have been living my life is fine. And there is a little bit less resistance, actually, if you think about it. Complacency can be a bit less resistant than freaking being in a state of discomfort. I also want to talk about how during this liminal space, this transitory time, and you're in this waiting room, waiting for this life to arrive, I'll tell you what the secret is. You get up and leave. That's it. You get up and leave. You're not waiting for anyone. There is no one that's going to come. There's nothing missing, so that no one's going to come in and say, the time has come. Your time to board is ready. Let's go. You decide the waiting period is over. And that's it. Does that mean that you completely ignore reality? Absolutely. It's exactly what it means. Because the work that you have done is a lot. There's only two options that you have. either give up on the work that you just did, let fear and doubt win, or rely solely on the evidence from within, using your feeling as an indicator to guide you, using it as a compass to see, is this balloon gonna pop? Meaning, is the momentum that I keep pushing towards, is it gonna pop? Or is the balloon gonna deflate? And it can happen, right? Balloons can deflate. They can deflate when the air comes out, or same thing happens. It breaks. During this time that we call liminal space, you may not know it yet, but you are in a very magnetic state where a lot of people from the past will come, a lot of new people also may come. You start to think, am I magnetic? And that's because you have been pushing towards this growing momentum. And people might not consciously know, but subconsciously they feel it. They feel something. A lot of times people around you feel it more and know it more than you do. People can sense when you're on the brink of greatness, when you're in the brink of a new. That's why their spirit gets called in. The only work that you have to do during this time is using your internal compass, your feelings as evidence, ending the contract that you have with the world as the source of your evidence, and keep taking these inspired actions that lead to more and more momentum. Your sole focus right now is momentum and taking actions as if it has already happened.